Check out this hat real quick, eh? Everybody knows I put on from my city. What would you say is the most frustrating thing in the world? If you were to think about it, what's the most frustrating thing in the world? Would it not be not getting results in the gym? Would it not be investing time and effort into something and not getting the return that you think you should be getting? I would argue that it is. I can't think of anything more frustrating than showing up day in, day out, putting in the time and effort that you think is necessary to promote the desired response and not getting it. What could be more frustrating than that? Can't think of anything. So what happens when people get frustrated? Well, they start to behave irrationally and illogically. They start to behave like a fucking idiot. And what they'll think to themselves is that, you know what I'm doing isn't working. Maybe I'm not working hard enough. Maybe I need to do more. Now, where's the logic in that? If what you're doing isn't working, then why would doing more of what doesn't work start to work? It's insanity. Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different outcome. If it's not working, there's got to be a reason. So I'm going to give you an example to help illustrate a point. Everybody knows who Floyd Mayweather is, right? Boxing champion, 49-0, undefeated. Now that sounds pretty impressive. You probably think if you watched a Floyd Mayweather fight, you see some motherfuckers getting knocked the fuck out. But it doesn't always go like that. In fact, it almost never goes like that. What happens is, whoever he's fighting, the opponent will come into the fight with a strategy, and Floyd will just basically block every punch they throw, counter their combinations with a jab here and there, earn some points, and after about 6 rounds of a 12-round fight, Floyd will be up 6-0 or 5-1. In worst case scenario, he'll be up 4-2. So the opponent's strategy, which was supposed to work, isn't working. So what do? They think to themselves, okay, if I do what I'm doing and it's not working, then doing more is going to result in what? Me losing this fight. So what do I got to do? Maybe I need to work harder. Maybe I need to go for the knockout. Maybe I should start throwing some bombs and haymakers. And maybe I should just go for broke. But Floyd retired 49-0, which is indicative that going for broke, throwing bombs and haymakers, trying harder, never worked once. Not even one time did he get caught with a punch that knocked him out or even knocked him down. So, if you think about it, if going for broke was going to work, it would have been included in the strategy from the beginning. The fighter would obviously talk with his team, and they would say, you know what? We've got 12 rounds here. Let's go for broke. First round, bell rings, ding, ding, ding. You're going to come out swinging, throwing bombs and haymakers. That's not the strategy. No one's ever used that strategy. They had what they thought or believed was a more effective strategy. It ended up not being effective enough because Floyd was just too good. They got frustrated. They said, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck this guy. I'm going for it. I'm going to knock this motherfucker out. And it never worked one time. But yet people in the gym have this same mentality. They say, you know what? I know what end result I want. I want to build muscle or I want to get stronger. So they stick to their strategy. They go to the gym. They put in the time and effort that they believe is necessary to promote the desired response. And it doesn't work. So what do? They get frustrated. They say, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm going to knock this motherfucker out. I'm going to start throwing bombs and haymakers. I'm going to go for broke. I'm working out an hour a day, I'm going to do 2. I'm working out 2 hours a day, I'm going to do 3. I'm working out 4 days a week, I'm going to do 5. 5 days a week, I'm going to do 7. It's not an effective strategy. It never worked once in Floyd Mayweather's career. Now, not that boxing and building muscle is the same thing, but the principles are the same. Doing more of what isn't working isn't going to work. So when people come to me and they say, you know what, I'm not getting the return on the investment of time and effort that I'm putting in. I should be getting more results than this. The first thing I look at is, well, why aren't you getting the return on investment? What are you doing in the first place? Are you picking the right exercises? An exercise is a tool to load the muscles. If you're not picking the right tools and not loading the right muscles, then no wonder you're not getting the fucking return on your investment of time and effort. From there, it's not just about picking the right tools, but using the right tools properly. A hammer is a good tool. So is a paintbrush. Would you use the hammer to paint your house? Probably not. The paintbrush is a better tool for that job. It doesn't mean it's a better tool, it's just better for that job. So you got to pick the right tools and you got to use them the right way. So if we assume that you're putting in the time and effort and you're picking the right exercises, what can we do without increasing the volume, without doing more, without going for broke, without throwing haymakers and bombs, to increase the return on investment? Could we modify the way you perform the right exercises? Could we change your grip? Could we change your stance? What can we do? If you're using the right tools and you're using them the right way, how are you performing your reps? Are you performing them very explosively and erratically? Because if you are, maybe that's the problem. Because if you try to produce too much force and you're just aggressive and angry and going for broke, what's going to happen is you're going to rely on momentum to carry the weight throughout the range of motion, to get it from A to B. Some people might think it's just about lifting the weight from A to B. No, it's not. If your muscles aren't growing, it could be because the muscles aren't doing that much work when you're working out. And if you slowed things down, you might keep the muscles under tension for longer, so we can increase the demand placed on the muscles without increasing the volume, without doing more, without going for broke. Because if you produce a lot of momentum, momentum lowers the mass to overcome, and the muscles actually have to do less work to move the weight through a full range. If you're doing the right exercises, and you're doing them the right way, and you're executing the reps in the way that is going to be most beneficial for your goal, and it's still not working, then go for broke. Fuck it. Come out swinging. Then we can entertain the idea of increasing the volume, doing more exercises, or working out more days. Other things you might want to take a look at is, are you eating enough? Are you resting enough? Are you hydrated enough? But as it relates to training, you got to do the right things, and you got to do it the right way. And if that's not working, then I got nothing else for you. Yeah, go for broke, start swinging, throw haymakers, throw bombs, go for the knockout. See how that goes for you, though. Didn't work for anybody against Floyd. You like this information? Feel free to share it. Click the fucking button at the bottom. Subscribe to the channel. Support me. And I'll keep bringing you better information as it relates to training to build muscle and get stronger than you're going to find anywhere on the fucking planet. I can pretty much guarantee there is nobody out there putting out the quality and quantity of information that I am. So subscribe to the channel and I'll keep bringing it. Don't believe me? Just watch.